Welcome back, guys. We last left off with finding out that we have notable crime in our city, and we don't really have a way to deal with that at the moment. But what we can do is start dealing with our resource problem. Right now, we have almost no prefabs. We have a negative amount of materials, but what we do have is an excess in food. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is something a little drastic. I'm gonna go ahead and demolish this food district over here. Did it not demolish? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna demolish this, and I'm gonna put this one on overtime, and this one as well to supplement the cost, or not the cost, the amount that everybody is working. I believe we'll be producing a little bit over with them working overtime, but we'll see that in a second. I'm also going to put the extraction district workers on overtime. There's another one. Where's the other one? This. That's a housing district. Did I not have two of these? There we go. That's the other one. That'll help out quite a bit. We're still not producing enough materials, but we're going to be producing a okay amount. And once we get our materials sorted, we'll be able to get everything else sorted. I might also need to get rid of this dense housing district, which is gonna screw our housing, but we're not producing enough for our people, so we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of this. These people are gonna go homeless. They're gonna be pissed, but we have to deal with this immediately. Okay. The others. In a cavern near the bay, we found a disturbing sight. Bodies in sturdy frostline gear neatly laid side by side and left to freeze, with black oil markings over their closed eyes, a ghastly burial ritual. A map we found suggests they were headed to an old machine somewhere by the desolate coast. A machine required a source of fuel. We should investigate. Okay. Uh, This is the fishing village. A community of Frostlanders are eking out a pitiful living off moss and small fish with no furnace. They survive by sleeping shoulder to shoulder under thick layers of fur. They would undoubtedly prefer to live in New London. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and take these people back. Wait, where's my team right now? They're right here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and launch an expedition over here. Oh, so they have to come from New London. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these guys back since they're already at this village, and we'll have more people soon-ish. The cold is a really big issue, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the generator or into overdrive to supplement that a little bit. People are already really sick, so we're kind of having an issue with that. Um, Once we get this demolished, we should be able to get all the resources we need. Okay. So now we can make an extraction district, which we desperately need. Can I... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this here. Alright. So now that's being built. Ruby King, 27, apothecary. Daring to dream. For years, suggesting anything against the captain met close scrutiny from the stalwarts, but despite the bullshit booming from their bloody speakers, we managed to find our own way, kept to our principles, stayed frugal, put families first, and watched out for our neighbors, continuing our traditions. Now we have a council. Maybe it's time for us to stop dreaming and make a change. The council has inspired people to suggest new ideas about the city's future. A new voice, pilgrims. 542 Frostlanders have organized in a faction. These pilgrims form a resilient, spirited community held together by bonds of tradition. Okay. So now we have a new faction, and right now they do not like us. That also takes voting power away from the Frostlanders, and I was desperately trying to get their favor. But what's done is done. That really sucks. Because we're working really hard to get their opinions to go on us. Slightly decreased by their opposition to the city, favoring progress. Okay. Yeah, they don't like it when we try to make our city better, but there's not much we can do about that. Let me see. We're almost done with this heat recycling, so they'll be a little bit more happy with us. If I'm not mistaken, I can raise funds. Okay. Frostlanders' demands met. The Frostlanders are delighted you kept your word. Now they look upon your rule more positively and considering you a leader with integrity. Relationships with the Frostlanders improve. Trust rises. Okay. That's great. I'm going to raise some funds and take some stuff from the stalwarts to get some more heat stamps. And I'm going to give it to the pilgrims because they're pretty mad at us. And because their faction is so small, we don't have to give them much, so we only have to give them half of what we got. So now, our relationships are improved with them. Stockpiles depleted. Steward, the stockpiles of materials the captain has gathered have run out. After so many years, our resources in the pit are growing barren. Current output will satisfy some of the demand, but problems will mount over time. We must reach for new deposits, otherwise the city and us will suffer. I see. Okay. A wise use of public funds. Yeah, they're not happy that we did that. 17 died and 12 got injured during emergency shifts in New London. Well, we have to keep that going because right now we're in a really desperate struggle. So I feel really bad for our citizens, but there's only so much I could do without their support. So right now, we're waiting on a new law. We also need to start improving our overall city. If I'm not mistaken, we could do this for our youth. Liberated youth. Young adults are encouraged to experience free from arbitrary bounds and judgment. This rises our trust. Now that we have the pilgrims, we got a new one. Young adults participate in volunteering activities under the supervision of elders who teach them moral values. And this decreases crime. Okay. Watchtowers. But we have to build something for that. And we don't have a lot of materials right now, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. This doesn't cost anything, and it does decrease crime. Right now our people are struggling. We have 109 weeks worth of food. Okay, our materials are up. That's great. Our prefab is up as well, so we're gonna go ahead and make an industrial district. The the extraction district does produce prefab, but not a lot. But this is guaranteed to do prefab for the industrial district. So we're going to go ahead and make one of those. And this will help us stabilize. Right now we're in a really bad spot for stabilizing ourselves. Okay. How is the voting? 43 for and 40 against. We can't negotiate. So we're gonna have to wait on this. We might be able to get that passed if we can make everybody happy, but right now we don't have the option for it. Let me go ahead and see. I guess I won't know until that's over. So I'm gonna have to wait a couple days. Okay. Looming cold, problems in the city. As the captain authority weakens, different groups started pulling the city in their own direction. New London grew overpopulated, whiteouts ruined expansion attempts, and now coal is finally running out. Without heat and shelter, people will start freezing to death. Although the captain appointed you before passing, people are anxious. You are not up to the task. Prove them wrong, steward. Cold has risen to a concerning level. People may die or suffer frostbite, providing shelter and heat to fight it. Tension is high. People are afraid. Okay, yeah, that is a problem. A lot of people are pretty much working to death right now, and we don't have shelter, which is a massive issue. We are producing prefabs though, finally. After this is good. We have plenty of heat stamps. We could get more heat stamps from the New Londoners, but I do not want to piss them off anymore. At least not at the moment. Not until I have more going for me. Okay, our material supply is down. But we're gonna finally start producing prefabs from this industrial district, and then once we get to a certain point where we stabilize, we'll have enough resources, because we got plenty of people, we just need resources. So I'm gonna wait till this gets to 150, and then I'll make another extraction district, and then I can take all these guys off of overtime after a certain amount of time. Our generator's getting a little high, so we're gonna turn that off. New law proposed by the pilgrims. Okay, they're still doing their thing there. Let's go to our idea tree and see if we can help that a little bit. Housing block, subsidized housing block. Construction in these districts: food, extraction district, industrial, logistics, and housing. Resident towers providing functional shelter with basic amenities to workers and their families, supported by the city. Yes, right now we're struggling on housing, so we need to get this taken care of immediately. I'm also going to put our research center, and I'm going to rush them to get this taken care of. Pilgrims demand voting on dutiful youth research. Steward, the Pilgrims have just drafted the Dutiful Youth Law. Our customary practice would be to hold a vote on it at the first opportunity, but another group has already been given the right to set the current agenda. The Pilgrims graciously agree to forego their customary research privilege, but trust you will grant them the agenda in the near future to compensate. You will have 15 weeks to grant the Pilgrims the agenda. Okay. I'm gonna have to wait on that. Heat recycling still needs to be voted on. I don't think this is gonna pass, but there's not much we can really do about it. Wait, what does that say? No, I can't do that yet. But yes, our generator is already turned off, so we don't have to worry about that. We're finally starting to produce prefab. Yes, people are freezing to death. Yeah, we're in a really terrible spot right now. But once we stabilize with our resources, we'll be able to deal with all these issues at the same time. Wait, is that where I wanted that? Okay, I'm gonna let that build, and then we'll get more prefabs from that, hopefully. And then once we take care of that, we should be in an okay spot. Because right now these are producing a good amount of resources. We're still not at the point where we need it.
Attention,
Heat recycling is in force. Warmer seasons, heat demand decreased. Okay, that's great. So now we're finally producing coal instead of not storing it, which is good. We could finally start storing coal for later. So heat recycling got passed? Really? I was expecting that to fail, but that's good. That's really good for us. Okay. So we're still not stabilized just yet. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Let's take our Frostland team. Old Dreadnought. A ruined machine lies across a crevice. Wagons spilled into the nearby snow. There are clear signs that people have come across and gone from the site, even storing goods here. But what amazed our scouts the most is the huge quantity of readily available oil. This could be the fuel source we've been searching for. We found oil. Yes. This place might finally provide the fuel we've been hoping for. We'll be able to build a new colony on this site. Oil tombs. On the broken shore lies an old derelict dreadnought. It seems to have been upgraded to run on oil. It rests beside rich deposits. Perhaps the site was a refueling station. But deep in the black pool lies rows of frozen bodies wrapped in shrouds and placed in the still wells. Our scouts shudder at the sight. These oil deposits would surely solve our fuel needs, but we would have to desecrate these graves to access them all. Okay. We need all the fuel we can get if we are to survive. Let the dead lie in peace. We can only access the vacant oil deposits. So this would temporarily solve our oil problem if we were to respect the dead. But right now we are in a bad situation. We're still not even stabilizing on our other resources, not to mention coal, which we're starting to run out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the bodies to have more oil deposits become available. Black gold. Oil will save the city, but we need to adapt our generator to use it. In the meantime, we will establish a reliable supply. It's time we settle beyond New London. Create a colony at the old dreadnought and connect it with the solid trail to New London. Only then can supplies be assured. This will save the city. Okay, I need to do a trail. I was looking at this, so let's see how this is gonna work. Connect path. Okay. That said, it's gonna take 3 weeks. I believe we have more food coming here. No, wait. Now that the Frostlanders have departed, we can use the village to provide fish for New London. An outpost here could increase our supply by 100 food until its deposits of 80,000 food is depleted. Resources will be sent to New London. Okay, this is great because we turned off we deconstructed our food. So getting a food supplement from somewhere will help us deal with that problem. And it'll keep our stocks up. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't know how long this is gonna take. Or are they just automatically gonna send food? I think they're just gonna start sending food. Okay. So now we have that going for us, which is good. Okay. We're still researching subsidized housing, and then once we can take care of that, we'll be able to do some other things. Alright. Yes, more prefab. That's fantastic. Subsidized housing. Okay. Let me see. Where is it? Housing. Okay. We definitely need to get this taken care of immediately because people are starting to drop like flies. The temperature did go up though, so I think we'll be okay if we ignore this for a day or two and we get one or two more industrial districts up. Because right now we're still not at the point where we can deal with that. Hmm. Maintenance duty. Who should bear the burden of maintaining the city? All do maintenance. Everyone must have a share of the burden of maintaining the city's machinery and infrastructure. Material demand is significantly decreased. Okay, that sounds fantastic. Who should bear the burden of maintaining the city? Unproductive do maintenance. Workers who do not meet their quotas must stay after their shift to perform machinery and infrastructure maintenance. Material demand is slightly decreased, but production efficiency is slightly increased. I quite like this. This sounds pretty good. Material demand is significantly decreased. And this also gives a favorability for the pilgrims who are still not 100% with us. So let's go ahead and do this. That sounds great. And I'm not sure if that'll give us just over, but we'll be really close. So we'll see. We'll see how close we get. If I am gonna do subsidized housing, I'm gonna have to do only one of them. That'd be the max I could do. So I'll give it to these guys, and that'll help some of our people get out from the cold.
The pilgrims offer their services as guides to all travelers.
Deposits run low. Coal is running out. Steward, some of the coal deposits in this district will soon run out. The stalwart and the New Londoners believe they can use explosives to access deeper veins of coal. The Frostlanders say we should send children for missing ore in the tighter tunnels. Some did this as kids themselves in the abandoned mine outpost, and they survived unscathed. Should we support any of the ideas to extend the deposit? The first coal deposits are about to run out. Lay explosive. Access the lower levels with explosives. This will increase it by 10%. Volunteer children, mostly from the Frost and their families, will work in the narrow tunnels. Available coal in all deposits will increase by 15%. Okay. The problem with this is this could blow up the mine. At least I think it will, depending on how it is. Because these are explosives with coal, so it'll start a fire, no? But it improves our relationship with these two. Or we could recruit the children and get even more, but they could potentially get injured or die by getting stuck in the tunnel or something. We found our oil now, and I'm not sure how long it's gonna take us, but I think we can make it with what we're doing. So I want to avoid all risk. I want to make as many little variables as possible. So there must be other fuel sources out there. Yeah, we found one. So let's just go ahead and avoid the risk. Because I really don't want to deal with the fact that we're going to have to potentially save people's lives or something. Because we're laying out explosives or we're throwing kids at the problem. We don't want to do that. Okay. That helped our housing a little bit. That's really good. Let's go ahead. You know what? We're going to go ahead and just make subsidized housing as much as we can. So every time we get 50, we're going to go ahead and make it until we have enough. It really sucks that this is how we had to do it, but we don't really have a choice. We need more we need more heat stamps. Dang it. Okay. Well, we could get that from other people. We're tolerated. 16 died and 24 got injured during their emergency shifts. Oh, that's super bad. Okay, wait, the maintenance city just passed. Okay, so where is it at now? Is it gonna show me by how much it's reduced material costs? All due maintenance will be held. Okay. Is it not gonna go by? 139 murdered by violent criminals. Yeah, the crime in our city is just so bad right now. I thought that was supposed to help with materials. What happened? Okay, well that didn't solve our problem, so that kind of sucks. Let's look at let's look at this. Equal pay. Labor is labor, and thus all will earn equally. This will eliminate discrepancies between the workers and the elite. Trust rises slightly. Heat stamp income per capita is slightly decreased, so we get less heat stamps whenever we're producing. Efficiency bonuses. To encourage competition, the city will allocate special bonuses to the people who work the most efficiently. Production efficiency is slightly increased. We need to do something for crime, so I guess that would be society, right? Okay, watchtowers. Surveillance watchtowers constructed in housing districts. Watchtowers outfitted with state-of-the-art equipment to monitor citizens and ensure order. 12 guard squad output. Crime is slightly decreased. Random searches, which decreases crime but causes tension to rise. We have to start decreasing our crime. It's just so bad right now. People keep dying left and right due to crime. Okay, so okay, the game's auto-saving. There we go. I just heard something. There we go. Squalor is growing. Steward, the endless code and wind is taking a heavy toll on our structures. Steel grows brittle and cracks, wood deforms and splits. Winds batter the city. On top of this, any industry we build adds fumes and waste that accumulate if not properly dealt with. We need a steady supply of materials to maintain our infrastructure, otherwise the buildings will snap and the city will fall into squalor. Squalor has risen to a concerning level, ensuring steady supplies of materials for maintenance or research buildings to fight it. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to get our materials sorted. So let's go ahead and build another... Oh, we don't have enough heat stamps now. We're gonna have to borrow, or not borrow, take. The New Londoners have the majority of the population. How much can they give us? 400? That's a lot. They're gonna be really mad at us. We have to. We don't have a choice. Okay, they're not super pissed at us, but they are still mad. So we're gonna go ahead and take advantage of that fact, and we're gonna build uh, more of these. Oh, do we not have any available at the moment? We don't. Okay, so we need a ground baking team. Okay, we'll have them do that. We'll have another team go over here. Okay, and then we'll build another extraction district over here to get more materials. Yeah, these guys are not happy that we took all those resources, but we need them. We just have to have them. Promise to pilgrims broken. The pilgrims were furious you broke your word. They now look upon your rule more negatively and doubt your integrity because you broke your promise to use grant agenda on pilgrims. Their relationship worsens. Okay, they aren't super pissed at us. They're mad, but they're not really mad. Okay. I could deal with that. That's not terrible. Everybody's neutral, so if I can at least keep them at neutral or better, that's fine. And they won't throw me out the city. Okay, now let's do an industrial district, which is super good. Okay, we got that going. We have plenty of heat stamps for research now. Okay. These guys are still working overtime. We have a good amount of workers left. Let's build another subsidized housing. We have to get our housing taken care of as soon as possible. We're getting really close, so we're almost there. We're almost at the point where we can finally start taking care of our housing.
Broken down and is blocking traffic. Technicians are on their way.
That's right. I haven't seen an automaton yet, now that I think about it. I guess that's it right there, huh? I barely saw it, but I did see it. Let's check this out. 16 for, 13 against. Everyone must share the burden of maintaining the city's machinery and infrastructure. Oh, so I have to vote this in order for it to go. Okay. Who can I ask? The Frostlanders. Let me see. If I want them to help me out here, I gotta do something for them. Man, everything they want to do just increases disease. Hmm. Well, we're not gonna have much coal later because we're about to run out, so we're gonna get rid of that. That's not an option. But more prefab, more goods, or more food. I think the salvaging factory is fine. I'm gonna agree to their terms, and I'm gonna go ahead and vote for this because we can decrease our material requirements. That'd be great. So let's vote for this right now. I'm pretty sure we got this. Yep, we got it.
The proposed law has been approved.
Okay. Oh, that is so good. We're finally out of the red with that. That's fantastic. And we could build one more housing district or supplemented housing.
Attention citizens, a new law is in effect.
Okay. I need to research the salvaging factory. Let's see. Our coal is barely going down, but we still have enough for plenty of time. Okay, salvaging factory. Let me take care of that before I forget. And I already agreed to do this, so I'm gonna go ahead and research that so that they don't get mad at me later. I want to keep everybody happy as much as possible. Okay, our goods are still not great, but we're doing okay. Surveillance, this will help us with our crime. We could finally start building these. Okay, I'm gonna put one there, and I need to expand one of the housing districts. I think I have another one here that I can expand, or no, I cannot. Okay, that one will have to do, but it will help. Okay, how's our Frostland teams doing? These guys are done building the path. Let's see. Requires 20 Frostland teams, requires 1 core, and requires 100 prefab. Construction time 15 weeks. Okay, we need to establish a colony. So how do I do that? Do I have to research that or pass a law? Let me see. Survival. Okay, so I can't do anything with the law because I need to research stuff is what it's saying. So let's look at the Frostland. Scouts headquarters. Logistics bays. Okay, here we go. 20 Frostland output teams. Right now I'm at, I believe, 15 because I had 10 build the road and 5 sending us food. So I'm pretty sure this is what I need right here. But if I do it the way these guys are asking, I won't be able to build the outpost team. Unless all I gotta do is just build another outpost, which at this point I can't. Excuse me. At this point I can. Where? Another logistics. We need 200 prefab, but we would be able to build one over here. Okay, I just need to build one more and then I'll be fine. So I'm not gonna worry about that law. audio's bugging. Okay, we are finally out of the red for almost everything. We're really close. We still need to produce goods. I'm not 100% sure how to do that. I know this is increasing squalor. They said it was earlier. But for right now, we have a good amount going for us. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Uh, Next time, we're going to have to figure out how we can increase our goods, get oil to the city, and establish a colony, and then get oil to the city, and then restructure our generator in order to take oil. So you guys want to find out how I do that, tune in next time. I'm Gunner Boy Din, and I will catch you all later.